All right. Well, good afternoon. This video is going to talk about what we are doing on Monday, January 31st. Sorry I wasn't able to be here, but you are in trusted hands with my sub, and I'm going to give her a little bit of a lowdown on what we're doing, but I can tell you right now this video is going to cover everything. So what you see on the screen right now are my lesson plans, and I popped this up here so that you could see a couple things that are of importance. For example, the grid drawing is due today. And if you're saying, ooh, what is the grid drawing? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. All right. If you remember, we worked on this last week. This was to be not only drawn based on the grid lines, but you're also going to be shading it. Okay. That is due today. All right. The other thing I want to just remind you is that the banner drawing that we did last week and the font challenge that we did last week were due last Friday. If you didn't get those done, you need to get them in because I've been grading them. It's just that I know a couple of you have been missing a day or two, so get them in. Okay, if we look at more on my lesson plans, you'll see that your sketchbook cover is due on Friday. And sometimes the nice thing about a teacher being gone is it tends to be those days where we get things finished up, and that's exactly what today is. For those of you that are not done with your sketchbook cover, use today. Please get things done and get it turned in. I'll have it available for upload on Artsonia today. So if you're saying, well, what do I need to know with that? Thought I had this up and going. I don't see it. So I'm just going to do I know why. As I'm talking here, I'll see if I can get it ready for you. I will tell you that with the folder cover, you need to have a minimum of 3 patterns. You need to have 3 values. You need to have your name in some sort of font that you developed on the alphabet sheet. You need to have a banner that surrounds your font, or your name, I should say. And that is one of the 3 fonts that we did last week. Okay. We are using colored pencil to develop these. And with the colored pencil, you are going to be developing the values. I think I already talked about that. So just keep that in mind. I think I've got this here. I'm going to see if I can find this. And we'll see if we can pop it up here. Okay. So this is what I showed you last week, and I will have it available to pop up on the screen possibly. But again, it's just what I covered. These are the requirements that you need to have for your sketchbook before you say, I'm done and I'm ready to turn it in. You do not have to divide it into sections like Zoe did here, but you certainly may do so. A lot of you that were here last week are already past the point of this, except for you just need to color it in. So enough said on that. Let's go back to the lesson plans. All right. So tomorrow we're going to be starting our 3-dimensional color wheel. So that should also tell you that we're not working on the sketchbook tomorrow. Today is the last day. Whatever time you need beyond today, you're going to have to figure out outside of class. I won't be putting anybody on ICU until Friday. You'll also notice right here that it says have animal picture to me through Google Classroom. I talked to most of you last week about the grid drawings and how we're using those as a stepping stone for a project. Well, I would like you to come up with some sort of a picture of an animal. This can be a pet. This can be somebody else's pet. But I would prefer that you get your own picture. You could go home tonight and set up a really cool picture of your dog. And what I mean by that cool picture, just make sure it has good lighting and you could snap it on your cell phone. If you already have a picture that is in a digital form of your cat, if you've got some sort of other pet, go for it. If you have horses and you want to take a picture of your horse, you can do that. I have this picture right here. We'll see if I can find it. Yep, of one of my chickens. And so I had this in my Google Drive, and I just uploaded it to a particular program that allows us to put a grid on. And it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but there are grid lines that I put on this. So we're going to take these. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing there, guys. Anyway, we're going to take these, we're going to put a grid on it, and then we're going to take a blank piece of paper, we're going to put a grid on it, and we're going to use that technique we learned like with the pumpkin, and we're going to apply it to a really nice drawing. So that is due by Thursday. I would like you to upload those to your Google Drive. You should be able to do that at home. If you're struggling and you're saying, I just can't do that, you can also email me the picture. Just make sure you put in the subject line. You could say Caleb's dog. All right. And we will work from that. Again, it's by Thursday, but if you want to start doing that, you could do it tonight. You could do it tomorrow night. If you don't have an animal or a picture, your own pet, I will have some available, even with the grids ready to go and everything. So there you go. All right, just to wrap it up here, we are working. Number one priority today is to get your sketchbook done and get it uploaded. If there's anything else you're missing, and I'm talking about your alphabet font, your banner, get those uploaded to Google Classroom. And then obviously the pumpkin that we shaded with the grid drawing, that also is due today. Okay, there's a lot to do. That's why it's going to be a great catch-up day. And I'll stop the video so you can actually work. Have a good Monday.